Hey there, planner friends. It's Lucy. Thanks for joining my channel. Today I'm going to review my February spreads. So if you're interested in that, stick around. So we start off with my February currently. And of course, since it is February, I decided to go with red. And I extended my February currently over 2 pages. And the reason for that is once I completed the first page, I really did not like the way it looked next to the Happy Planner Divider page here. So since I was using scrapbook paper, I decided to add another sheet and make it one complete spread. And I think I was going back to my scrapbooking days here because not only did I use scrapbook paper, but I also used scraps from a brown paper bag to write out my prompts. And this was perfect that it was 2 pages because my first page had all my currently prompts, and then my second page, I had my goals for the month. And I've been including quotes on my currently page. I just love doing that. It's motivational and it also confirms my intention for the month. But this time I included this little envelope here. I actually made this from a doily that I got at the dollar store and I folded it so I could hold my cards. I like adding these add-ons. It makes it super fun. So then you have these 2 tags that I included in the envelope. The larger one includes some scripture on the back side, and then this little one here just has 2 different quotes. One quote is on having the right mindset, so it says what you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create. And then the other side just talks about the need to be motivated and not procrastinate, so it says where you are a year from now is a reflection of the choices you choose to make right now. Okay, so moving on to my first spread, my February monthly. And I like the way this looks. It's super pretty. And I stayed with the same theme, right? Because it is February, I went with the red. And I think I really like it because I filled every single box. And the main supply that I had on hand to create this spread here was this huge red holographic sticker sheet with hearts on it. And then I used a stencil and I traced out the letters to spell out February. So it's a little hard to see, but the word February is super shiny on the page. It almost looks like a foil sticker. And I used the same sticker sheet to cut out 3 boxes so that I could add it to the page. I just loved this holographic sheet. I mean, if you look at it under the light, it looks like the hearts are moving and they're just dancing on the page. I just love that look, so definitely wanted to add more of it to the spread. So the other thing I wanted to do here was have some functional boxes, but I had a lot of activities going on and I didn't have that many functional boxes. You only see 2 here, the 2 black ones, but for the other ones, I wanted to hand draw them myself. So I actually used a stencil, and that's why they look perfectly drawn on the page. So I decided to also decorate some of these boxes. So I used some washi tape. So there's some washi tape with hearts on it, and then this holographic tape as well. I decided to write love in big letters here with this fun font. And then the other stickers that you see here are actually stickers that I got from the American Heart Association. So I get a mailing from them a few months a year, and they send me some labels and some stickers. So I just decided to use those. And then these other images here with the hearts and the words love. This is actually not a sticker, but it's scrapbook paper, and I just cut it down and glued it to the page. And then the other stickers you see on the page, so these black and white flowers bordering the spread. This actually came from the Colorful Florals Happy Planner sticker book, and I just love the way that looks. They have really pretty flowers in that sticker book, so definitely one of my favorites. Okay, so moving on to my first week in February. So this was probably my least favorite in this month. I did not love the spread. I don't think I even did a reel because I just was not happy with it. When I created the spread, I was mainly focused on this yellow and pink or orange washi. So I started adding the washi to the center of the spread. And then when I was done with that, at that point I was committed now, even though I didn't love the look. But now I said, okay, I'm committed to this and I'll just keep going. So I kept adding to it. I think the only thing that saved me for this spread and redeemed it a little bit for me was the fact that I used a lot of pink, and pink is my favorite color. I used the stencil I had and wrote up Hello Beautiful on the sidebar. I also included my gratitude section that I include every month, as well as a weekly reflection. I was kind of almost running out of room, but I was able to add in the weekly reflection there in the middle of the spread. And I added some quotes to the spread. And the sticker book I used for this was actually the same one I used for my February monthly. That's this colorful florals one. And as I flip through this, I see that I used quite a few of these stickers, but it's such a pretty sticker book. The thing I started doing in February is decorating the header. So you'll see that, I changed out the numbers. I changed February to a pretty pink font, and I got the February sticker from the Happy Planner Months sticker book. So I've been using that a lot. And then for the numbers, I found these colorful numbers in one of the sticker sheets I have. I can't remember which one. But I think making a change like that adds so much to the spread. Okay, so moving on to my next week in February. So this is fun. This is the week of Valentine's, so I knew I wanted to do something really special, and I moved on from the reds and I moved to pink since pink is my favorite color. I just love the way this looks. I wanted this pink, but then I wanted something to go with this gray grid washi, and they look so good together. But the showstopper for me, right, the main attraction in this spread is these letters. These letters are super sparkly. I don't think this does it any justice, but it's pink, it's got white in it, some silver, and I just love that, and I wanted to spell out Valentine's. So I wanted this spread to be super girly, super feminine. So I decided to add tons of flowers, some pink flowers. What's interesting is some of these flowers are textured, and those flowers I believe came from the dollar store. So that was super cheap and a nice addition to the spread. And then these other flowers, the ones that are pink and blue and they have the gray leaves, they actually came from a Happy Planner sticker book. And I believe it was the sticker book here called Happy Blooms. I know I wanted to make a statement with some sticker, so I used Canva and there's an option to make an image. So I literally typed in boy handing roses to girl. I even described the girl's hair color and the boy's hair color, and it spit out a few images, and then this one was my favorite. And then I printed it on sticker paper and added it to the page. I also enhanced the flowers that he was handing to her. So these are more stickers that I added to the original image. And of course, I wanted to add this image right on February 14th, right on that Friday. And it was such a great day. So we have this tradition where we make heart-shaped pizzas. So that was our evening, that was our dinner, and the kids just love to do that. Okay, so now moving on to our next spread. This is the week of February 17th, and oh goodness, I just love, love, love this spread. This is my first ever rainbow spread. I had not done one before. I was so excited to do it, and I thought this would be the best week to do it. And the reason for that is because this is the week we were celebrating Forever Day. So that's a very special day in my family. It fell on the 23rd, which is a Sunday, and I just thought I needed something fun to commemorate this week, and rainbow just seemed to be the right choice here. And since this was all about family, I wanted to spell out family across the middle of the spread, so I did that in fun lettering. And there were so many sticker books that I used to create the spread, I can't remember them all. I was just looking for any stickers that matched the colors for the rainbow. And then I found these boxes, and I had to trim them down a little bit, but I decided to use all the colorful boxes along the sidebar, and that is where I included all my gratitude for the week. And no surprise here, right? Every week I include a weekly reflection, so I included that down here. And one of my favorite things about this spread is I included photos of the five of us sprinkled in between the word family, and we're just being super goofy. We're all wearing green, and this is because this was taken 1 year ago during our annual St. Patty's Day dinner. And my daughter, my teenager, likes to take zoomed in photos of us. So that's what you see here. And definitely not flattering photos at all. So me, Ellie, and Matt have some zoomed in photos, and then the kiddos, their photos are not as goofy, but they are still being silly. And I have an app called Pic Collage to make photo collages. So I transferred these photos there, made a collage, and then printed it on my Sprocket, which prints on 2 by 3 inch paper. So the photos become really tiny and you just cut them out. So now moving on to my last week in February. Okay, probably saving the best for last, but this was my favorite spread this month. And I know this is February, and I was probably at this point just sick of snow and snowflakes, so I wanted to go with some florals for this week, and I used this Happy Planner sticker book. It's called the Breathe, Live, Explore. And as I flip through this, look at all these vibrant colors. I mean, you could do so many different spreads with these stickers, so I know I'll be using this again in the future. One of the reasons why I love this spread is because I added this huge flower in the center of the spread, and I made this with the arched boxes that were in the sticker book. And then I had the idea to include my gratitude in each of these boxes during the week. And the sticker book also had some big quotes, so I added that to the spread. I always think that adds a nice touch. And for the sidebar, I included my weekly reflection. And because I had my gratitude in the center of the spread, I had a lot more room for my weekly reflection. And then the last thing I did was I updated the header. I gave some color to the dates, and I just love when I do that. It just gives the spread a complete and cohesive look. So that's it. Those are all my spreads in February. I hope you enjoyed this video. My plan is always to inspire and get you more creative, give you some ideas, and provide you some tips when you're decorating your planner. Let me know if I've done that. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see. But thanks again for joining. Talk soon. Bye.